Welcome back to the channel, guys. I know it's been a while and I have a good reason for that. I've basically been modifying my strategy to move from Nasdaq to gold, and I can happily say that I've made extremely good progress since I moved from Nasdaq to gold. Like, my win rate is much higher, my risk to reward is much better, and this week I'm gonna go over how many trades did I take? I think 1, 2, 3, 4. This trade breakdown essentially, which ended up giving me over like 20R over one trade, which is basically insane. And I was able to pass phase 1 and phase 2 from different firms. And this is not hindsight. I literally provided forecast, live trade management and analysis with like stop loss, take profit, all of that for free in my live Telegram. Yeah, link in the bio, you can check it out, nothing's been deleted, and also in my VIP Discord as well. So yeah, I mean, I'll not waste any more time and let me get straight into it. As you know, raw uncut videos. And yeah, so the one thing you need to realize with gold is that these psychological even numbers are very good areas of support and resistance. And going back, so this is, I think, my second proper trading day after the Christmas break and into the new year. So going back, we can see that we're extremely bullish on gold. Yeah, we had an insane bullish candle close on 6th Jan. And there was also the news about the US, heading into Venezuela. And yeah, nothing much to be said. I was just extremely bullish, targeting 4,500. And I was just looking for any retracements to go long. So the first thing I did was, as we started the day, I saw that there was this untapped 1 hour fair value gap over here. And for beginners, what a fair value gap is essentially a gap between, it's a three candle bar pattern, and it's a gap between this wick and this wick over here. I mean, to be honest, I'm very bad at explaining the most basic patterns, but I'm doing my best out here. So you can see that this area of price has not been tapped into. Yeah, like over here is another perfect example. This is a fair value gap. Yeah, and you can see like prior to this candle taps into it, and usually when price taps into it, or at least 50% of it, we see like a large move away from this fair value gap. I mean, this happened over here and mainly over here as well. You can see like we took out all these lows over here, retraced into this fair value gap, and just like skyrocketed higher. Yeah, so that was my main goal. And you can see that 4,500 wasn't like traded into since I think the last week of December. So that was my main target. You know what, I'm just gonna quickly cut this off just to see if my voice can be clearly heard, because I think last time I recorded a 45-minute video and I realized the mic was turned off. Yeah, don't worry, the audio is all good. So yeah, and then on my public Telegram and Discord, I said I'm essentially waiting for a retracement into this 1 hour fair value gap before I can go long, because with gold you need to realize that these 1 hour fair value gaps are like extremely important, and most of the time they get filled. Like, I mean, one over here, I mean, yeah, you can say like none of these were filled here, but then yeah, I mean, if price fills into this and closes bullish, there's no reason for this fair value gap to get filled. And like another one here, you know, there's multiple fair value gaps that usually always get filled on gold. So yeah, and then we can head to the 15. Actually, let's just go to the 5-minute. Yeah, and usually what I've been noticing is that in December, London low is always usually getting swept off most of the time, as you can see. And essentially, I was just waiting for London low to get swept before entering long. And to be honest, I did enter in half risk long over here as well, which I did. I only posted that in my VIP Discord. Yeah, I entered half risk over here because London low wasn't swept. Yeah, and the thing with gold is that sometimes price might not take out London low and it just might rip higher, and then you're just gonna have crazy FOMO just because you didn't enter the trade. So what I do is I just enter with less risk. Yeah, because let's say worst case scenario, price tops me out, and then goes long, I'm still gonna get insane risk to reward, and I can easily recover that small, you know, paper cut that I took over here. So let's see what happens. And yeah, we ended up taking this one, yeah, and then I instantly closed it for like, I think it was around 1 hour, but I risked 0.5%, so it was way less. So let's see, I was patiently waiting, and then finally over here, we'll see we got a sweep of London low, and a retracement into the 1 hour fair value gap. Yeah, which is perfect. You will tell me this is hindsight now, but I literally called all of this live on the Telegram. You can check it for free, no strings attached. Yeah. And then we see one of my, to be honest, I took an early entry here first on the 1 minute, because I saw this 1 minute inversion. Yeah. Usually I kind of refrain from taking 1 minute inversion fair value gaps, but unless I see lots of clear equal highs, equal lows, which are like, this is an equal high, which tells me that there are a lot of orders resting above here. And this is another equal high as well. So I kind of knew, like almost with like 99% certainty, that we were gonna take all of this and even potentially head to like 4,500. It was like, honestly, if I could full port my house, I would do it. Yeah, so this was the early entry. And there was another entry which I wanted to enter after I would get like, we invert this fair value gap as well. Yeah, so an inversion fair value gap basically means that this is a fair value gap, and I just need to see like a candle close above over here, which is why you'll see that later on when I do get a candle close, I enter on another position. And we can see in the 15 minute as well that we also filled this fair value gap, although you could say that this fair value gap was filled here. Yeah, but later on the 5 minute and 15 minute fair value gap over here got inverse, so I added more positions. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, and I don't want to confuse you guys. So yeah, let me just do it 1 bar at a time, if I'm being honest. We got a lot of consolidation here, but that, you know, most traders will just scale like, oh, why is prices consolidating here? I didn't really care because I knew like we had such big moves overnight and even in London session as well. So I kind of knew that we would consolidate, and then in New York price would just like rush to my targets. Usually I check news from Forex Factory as well, but I'm pretty sure there wasn't any news on this date, or if there was only 10 a.m. news. 10 a.m. red folder news, which doesn't really do much with gold. Only the 8:30 a.m. red folder news in New York time, of course, is important. So you can see price is just chopping here, and I'm just like, whatever, it is what it is. But with gold, I knew like, with the analysis always pans out. So yeah, over here we can see that as soon as we got this candle close here, and we closed above this fair value gap, I entered another position, and I also told my public Telegram to enter. And we also got a 15 minute fair value gap inversion and a bullish engulfing bar, which takes out the previous candle's low and get it closed with the previous candle's high. Now at this point, I'm starting to see momentum, and I'm like, okay, for sure, this is just gonna go higher. Yeah, and let's see how it goes. Keeps going higher, everything is good. At this point, I'm also like, take some partials, you know, because why not? Because if you go to the 1 minute, we have taken out all these, you see these equal highs that are here as well? Remember I told you these equal highs over here, so these got taken out. So as soon as these got taken out, I always take partials after essentially any major point of equal highs or equal lows gets taken out, or even trend line liquidity. I always like to take partials. But I kind of knew you would not like have retrace all the way down here. That's why my stops are here, because we already took out London low and we filled like the 1 hour fair value gap. So there's no reason, a real reason for us to come all the way down here. I mean, we could come down lower here to fill this fair value gap, yeah. But yeah, I feel very confident that my stop loss over here will not get taken out. Why do I feel confident? Because they're very good targets. London high is a good target. 4,500 is an amazing target. And I've backtested this for the past 3 years, and I know this is just going to work out, you know. And if it doesn't, it's fine. Like, I don't mind losing like 5 hour, yeah. This is like an A+ setup for me, so I do not mind losing 5 hour. I know I can hit like, if this hits like I'm hitting like almost 20 hour on like all of this, so I don't really care. And also I was on holiday in Dubai, and like that was the only day I was gonna trade, so I was like, let me put all my chips on this trade. Yeah, I think it kind of we have a deep retracement here, and I kind of enter another position. This is what you love to see as well, another 5-minute inversion. And then price, as soon as New York session, a price retraced all the way down here. Was I scared? Not at all. In fact, I entered another position. See, remember there was this untapped fair value gap here. Boom. See how strong of a rejection we had as soon as we rejected this fair value gap. So it was very beautiful. Another bullish engulfing bar plus a 5-minute inversion. Love to see that. Yeah. To be honest, I did enter on another position over here, very aggressive. And as soon as this high got taken out, I moved my stop, lost the break even, and I got stopped up for like, I think it was around 1 hour. But yeah, and then I entered on another position here. As soon as I saw us rejecting strongly from this, I entered on another position. Yeah, I'm just doing it on my iPad because it's just way easier to navigate trading view with the touch screen. And as soon as I saw this, I'm like, yeah, we're going for the moon. Yeah. And then let's see what happens. So my initial TP, yeah, you can see on Telegram as well. My initial TP was like London high. But then the reason all of this has moved higher to like 4,500 was because after this got taken out, yeah. After this got taken out, essentially, I held some runners to 4,500. So, yeah. And even though we reversed here, yeah, like we kind of reversed here, people might get scared, like, oh, we might reverse here, you know, what's going on. But like you can see, there's an untapped fair value gap here as well. Yeah. And a 15-minute fair value gap as well. So I kind of entered like as soon as we tapped into that. Yeah. And ended up going a bit higher. And we literally took this out instantly. Like it's crazy like how as soon as you tap into these fair value gaps, if you're very bullish, yeah. I mean, to be honest, this thing was this one is a bit higher here, so this was around a bit here, yeah. Yeah, as soon as we tapped into it, I just bought because I just knew, like for sure, we created another high here. London high is so close. We're just sure we're just gonna go higher, yeah. And to be honest, I took 75% of my position off over here, which was at 4479, yeah. And then I just held runners. And I kind of moved these stops to like break even as well. Yeah, but to be honest, I took majority of my position out over here. And then I think we did have like a huge retracement after this. Yeah. Yeah, we had a huge retracement. Was I scared? No. Why? We just retraced to this, you know, 5-minute fair value gap. And to this 15-minute fair value gap as well. Yeah, this is just the big retracement. There's literally... If your analysis is correct, like why are you scared? You know, there's literally no reason to be worried, you know. And I knew 4,500 would get hit, but it would probably take a long while for it to get hit. So that's why I moved like all my stops to break even as well. And this trade ended up getting, this one ended up getting stopped at break even. Yeah, that's fine. Do I care? No. Look how much I'm up from like this one itself, like, you know, doesn't really matter. And another beautiful inversion here. Entered on another one over here. Yeah. 5-minute inversion. Love to see that. And yeah, but this one I entered on one of my other phase 2 accounts. Because at this point, like I already hit the phase 1. I already passed phase 1 with like one of the accounts and I had to wait for the... With this trade, I already passed phase 1 and had to wait for the minimum trading days to get over. So now we can see like it took such a long time for 4,500 to get hit, which is why I was like, oh, I'm not going to hold all of these trades and like have used up all my mental capital waiting for this to get hit, yeah. This is a very good target as well. I mean, this was like as well was, 1 second. I think it was around the 7-9. It was around the 7 to 8 hour, which kind of passed my phase 1. So yeah, and like every retracement lower, I'm very bullish. I mean, look at the gold chart. We've just been like heading higher. So like, there's literally no reason that there was no reason for me to think like, oh, is gonna like, you know, go down. And if it does, it's fine, because I've backtested my strategy a lot and price action looks extremely bullish, you know. As long as I'm following my plan, I do not mind getting stopped out, you know. But if I'm like revenge trading or like entering too high in premium, you know, it's not according to my plan, that's when I feel guilty. And that's when, you know, I will start to worry. And you should be worried as well if you're not following your trading plan. So we can see that this, oh shit, what happened here? Oops, looks like I need to go back to where we were. Yeah, spoiler alert, it does reach 4,500, but let's see how long it took to get there. Yeah. Yeah, do you see how long it took? Like, we were just consolidating. I mean, if you entered initially here and you held it till it hit 4,500, that would have been like a lot of hours, you know. So, I mean, already we had to sit through this, you know, choppiness and every retracement, you know. And yeah, let's see how it goes. And then we had another retracement during PM session, which is fine. That's completely normal. I'm pretty sure there was like, yeah, there weren't any, I can't see any fair value gaps here, but we just ended up chopping around. And at this point I was like, okay, maybe, you know, because gold has a very high tendency to like just reverse short of a psychological number. I've seen it so many times that gold will go to like, let's say everyone is expecting gold to go to 4,500. Many times gold will just reverse like at 4498 or 4495 and go all the way down here, take out all these lows and then go all the way high up. Yeah. And recently gold has been having huge moves in Asia session. So I thought like, okay, fine, we might just like reverse and come all the way down here. And then of course during Asia session when I'm asleep, it's just going to rip higher. But let's see what happens. Thankfully that did not happen, and we ended up hitting 4,500 in the same day. And then as soon as we hit that, we reversed. Classic gold. And I think we just continued to have like a huge drop in Asia session, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, like if you even took a sell here, like at this point, like how greedy can you be? Like I just took the rest of the week off after seeing this. I mean, granted, I was on holiday in Dubai, and I did check my chart now and then, and I did send some analysis as well. But I mean, that's just because there was no reason for me to trade. I just love trading, and I'm just kind of like love looking at the charts and analyzing the charts. So I mean, I can rant about this for like another 2 more hours, but let's not get into that for this week. Yeah, next week I'll probably release some more backtesting videos as well, but how I kind of modified my strategy to go from NASDAQ to gold, and how, you know, you can probably do this as well. Who knows, you know, because before I was always like one asset class, one strategy, but you know, if there's an asset class that's hot and it's making a lot of money, of course I'm going to like shift it, you know. I'm not going to be like super loyal. I'm not going to be married to one asset class, you know. At the end of the day, I love making money. So yeah, and I was looking at the stats and I was seeing that then at least in 2025, a lot of people making the highest amount of payouts, you know, was from gold. So I was like, okay, they're clearly doing something I'm not, so I need to get into that, you know. But yeah, stay tuned. I mean, if you want the live analysis and the live trade management as well, trade forecast, entry, stop loss management, and all of that, you can check out my free public Telegram. And you can also check out my VIP Discord, where I do have a 7-day free trial to see if you can see if it's for you or not. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I'm not even doing this for the money, because I make money trading. But I do get a lot of positive feedback from a lot of the members, and that's what kind of pushes me to do this, you know, because there was a point in time where I did not believe that people could make money from trading, because I was just seeing so many scammers in the place, and I was about to quit. And then there was this one day I saw this ICT trader, and he literally called and forecasted every like retracement and you know, like basically what I did with this trade today, and that just blew my mind away. And I was like, okay, cool. Maybe you can literally trade. You know, maybe trading isn't a scam, and if you actually put your heart and soul into it and put in the hours, you can actually make money from this. Because who doesn't want to make money from any part of the world, without sacrificing your time for money. So yes, stay tuned. I'll definitely be more active this year, and